What up, guys? It's Fernando back with another video. Today we'll be doing the Raw recap and review for the May 11th episode. And we had an okay episode here this week. Nothing was too bad in my opinion. It's just a lot of continuation of Backlash, which was kind of expected. Nothing really new. We start the show off by Roman just saying that he wants Jacob Fatu to acknowledge him at the acknowledgement ceremony at the end of the show. Adam Pearce says he doesn't think it's a good idea, but Roman basically says he brought him in, so he's going to be the one to take him out if Jacob Fatu is to be taken out of WWE or fired or whatever the case may be. And then we have the Vision versus the Street Profits. First, Paul Heyman comes out and basically says that Seth Rollins wasn't ready for Braun Breaker. The Street Profits and Logan and Theory get into it, exchange some words, going back and forth, making comments about Bianca and why the Street Profits have been out, and Street Profits say they want the smoke, and so we get into the match, and it's pretty much dominated by the Vision the whole time. It was dominated by the Vision. Braun Breaker looking strong, and then pretty much Joe Hendry and the Street Profits are tagging in and out, and just getting dominated essentially the whole time. And then Braun Breaker's going for one of those outside the ring spears where he flies all the way around the ring, and Seth Rollins interrupts them and ends up costing them the match. He distracts Theory. Theory gets rolled up by Angelo Dawkins, I believe it was. So there was that. I mean, the match was kind of boring. Like I said, it was very slow paced and just a methodical beatdown by the Vision. And this is all built just for Seth Rollins to come out and attack Braun Breaker again, and then for the Street Profits to get at Logan Paul and Theory, which it would actually inevitably lead to they have a match at Saturday Night Main Event for the World Tag Team titles. So we got an answer there, and just a continuation of Braun and Seth. Next, we got a segment that I really enjoyed. It starts with Penta coming to the ring, saying that he's a fighting champ, the same old stuff, same normal stuff Penta be saying, and that he calls Ethan Page to the ring. Ethan Page comes to the ring immediately, just doing his normal Ethan Page shtick here, just being a cocky little bastard. He basically makes fun of Penta for wearing a mask, and he essentially calls a shot and says that he wants Penta at Saturday Night's Main Event for the Intercontinental Championship. That leads to Rusev coming out, and then Ethan Page starts talking crap about Javon Evans, saying that he was saying stuff about Rusev, and Javon Evans comes out making all his Gen Z comments, which was kind of funny. It's the fact that Javon's so young and him able to connect with like just how young he is, the Gen Z comments, and just the way he acts compared to everyone else in the ring is real cool. It's real funny. So cool little interaction there. And the thing I liked about this segment is they really let Ethan Page carry this. I mean, as everyone knows, Penta is not, his first language is not English, so he tries his best. He's able to cut some promos, but not real in depth. And then you have Rusev, who's never been known to really cut promos all too often. He's more of just an in-ring brute type of guy, obviously. And then Javon Evans, who's a little bit just younger in the business, or younger in general. So they really let Ethan Page connect all the dots with all four of these superstars, and he's able to look like a dickhead doing it. He's able to manipulate each other, all the other guys, and he's really able to just tie them all together and really make for a really decent segment. And that's the ability that you get with Ethan Page, especially in this feud. And WWE, it's something that we haven't seen in a while, is them building a mid-card title feud with Penta and Ethan Page. They really seem to be building we got the match at Saturday Night's Main Event. Ethan Page 1-on-1 with Penta. So real glad that they're able to do that. Big push for Ethan Page. Great test for Penta. And I really feel like this is great for the mid card and gonna elevate multiple people. So hats off to this. This was really good. Flew under the rug a little bit, but this is a really good segment. But anyways, that leads into a match with Javon Evans and Rusev. Rusev's dominating the match for the majority of the time. And then Javon Evans is able to hit a outside the ring dive into an OG cutter and pick up the win here. Good showing on both of these guys here. Nothing too crazy. I was a little bit shocked that they had Rusev take a pin here. I mean, I think it's just the fact that Javon Evans is just so young, and so entertaining that they had him win here. But nice little match. again, to progress the mid card and put these guys in a ring. Like, they're all intertwined somehow, so might as well just throw them into a match and have them fight it out. Next, we get an interesting backstage scene between Io Sky and Asuka. Asuka and Io Sky basically said Asuka's passing the reins to Io Sky, and that she's thankful for her, and they basically say their goodbyes, and Asuka, with a suitcase, leaves out the arena. This could mean multiple things. The commentary later on in the night hinted that that the decision by Asuka is up in the air. They don't know what's going on with her. This seemed like a retirement. I mean, we know Asuka's a little bit up there in age. She's pretty old. She's older than she looks. But yeah, real interesting. I want to see where this goes. If Asuka's actually done. I mean, that was a backstage segment to send her off with after a good match at Backlash. I mean, it's not the worst way, but we'll see. Next, we get Paige and Brie Bella, their little in-ring segment here. They just call Judgment Day to the ring, and Judgment Day just basically says they're both nostalgia acts. And Raquel Rodriguez, man, she's a bitch. I mean, she went off. She went at the comments she made about Paige and our scandals, and then you have Roxanne just basically calling the other two old. I mean, this was really good. I mean, this really hyped up the little feud that's going here. I don't think this feud's going to obviously go on for too long, but with this small portion of time that they got, I mean, Raquel was a savage for what she said. If you know, you know. But yeah, and then they end up attacking Paige and Brie Bella, and then Liv Morgan comes out, makes it a 3-on-2, and Judgment Day stands tall with the titles. So yeah, I like that. Cool little segment there. Made the Judgment Day stand tall, and obviously we're gonna get that feud going forward. I think that's actually next week we're gonna get that title match. And next we had a fucking dream match on in the middle of Raw. Just randomly we have Io Sky versus Sol Ruca. Now this match was incredible, and I feel like these two women were only going at about 70%. We had this cool corkscrew outer ring off the ropes by Sol Ruca, a Spanish fly by Io. We had flips, handstands, a spin out powerbomb that was nasty. Drop kicks that were brutal looking. I mean, they were doing handstands, drop kicking each other, drop kicking off the top rope, drop kicking off ropes. I mean, it was chaos, a nasty DDT where Sol Ruca uses the ropes. This match was wonderful. I mean, I loved it. We had and then the ending was really good. Sol Ruca's going for her Soul Snatcher, and she does the Soul Snatcher basically, and like kind of lands in like a stunner position, and immediately gets rolled up by Io Sky. Smooth finish here for the end of the match, and we had a clean winner in Io Sky. She rolled her up for the pin. This match was absolutely incredible. I'm shocked that WWE just said, here, take it. Here, enjoy some good wrestling for once. I mean, it was great. But another thing I'm shocked about is I was for certain 100 million%. I would have put my life savings on that Becky was going to interrupt this match and take out both of these, but that wasn't the case. She didn't interrupt the match, and we got the clean winner here. So hats off to these women. Putting on a great match. Everyone knew that this was going to be top tier, and that's ended up what it being. And then we get backstage where Sol Ruca's like kind of bummed that she lost. Io says good job, shows respect, and then Becky Lynch essentially just laughs in Sol Ruca's face and tells her that she's not ready for the bright lights yet. So great. I loved all of this. Let's keep this going. Having this mid card, main card women. I mean, the women are just fantastic, so that's a double thumbs up for me. Then we get this was the part of the show that really kind of drove me fucking crazy. This is what I expected when we got the announcement of the Oba Open Challenge, was this fucking bullshit. Nobody should be willing to want to answer this, and that's what we got today. And it's the most laziest, pathetic, dumbest way WWE, the most least creative way WWE came up with getting Oba, with incorporating Oba on the show. He calls for the Open Challenge. Adam Pearce comes out and says no one wants to accept. So he goes back and he drags Angel and Berto to the ring and beats the hell out of him in a 2-on-1 handicap match. What was the point of this? I mean, all it does is just bury the already buried talent. And it does nothing for Oba. I mean, you got to find something for or someone to answer the challenge. Like, last week wasn't bad with Otis. They had a decently good match. I mean, obviously it was a squash match, but it was entertaining, and it had a little bit of a wow factor, but this just didn't do it for me. Like I said last week, and people like Otis. You can even throw the mid-carders like Penta. Hell, have Javon, like a little hint towards the future. I mean, you could throw multiple people in this position, and if you make people believe, then it will work. But this was just fucking pathetic. I mean, yeah, this really pissed me off. This is what I was scared of for the Open Challenge, and there's another one next week. So we'll see if they do anything of meaning or of substance with this, but I highly doubt it. It's just a lazy, stupid way to get Oba on the show when there's millions of other things you could do. So yeah, there was that. That was my one real thumbs down and negative about this show. Next, we have Dirty Dom versus OG El Grande Americano. Now, this match was really good, too. This was a fast-paced luchador-style match, or lucha libre-style match between these two. Going back and forth, counters, moves, back to back to back to back. No breaks in between, just one move right into another one, into another one, and into another one. I really didn't like this match, but anyways, they go on. It ends with El Grande Americano, maybe Ludwig Kaiser or whatever, coming to the ring. He distracts OG El Grande Americano. He's through the ropes trying to rip his mask off, and Dirty Dom hits 619. Again, with the confusion between the heel and the babyface here in America, it just doesn't make sense. They just need to fully go with the storyline that they're going on, that they have in Mexico. That's my only complaint here. I mean, it just makes zero sense, especially for someone who knows, like me, or like real hardcore true wrestling fans. It just makes no sense. And you have the bad guy, or the good guy in Mexico teaming up with the bad guy, Dirty Dom, here in the United States. It just makes no sense. But it was a good match overall. I like that. So, I mean, I can't really complain all too much. But, yeah, WWE just seems to be keeping AAA and the main roster completely separate. So, there was that. And then we get to a little backstage segment where Logan is absolutely tweaking on Jackie Redmond and basically saying he hates the Joe Hendry song because he came out singing it earlier in the night. And then we get a little interesting thing where Austin Theory opens the car door, and it looked like Maxine Dupree was in the passenger seat, and so she's somehow going to be a part of the Vision. In my guess, it's kind of interesting because I don't see Maxine Dupree being any type of heel. Yeah, she just looks like the stereotypical babyface. But we'll see where this goes if that leads to anything. It's probably not going to mean shit. And then finally, we get to the end of the show, the Roman acknowledgement ceremony, where he's demanding that Jacob come to the ring and acknowledge him as his tribal chief. And then basically throughout the whole night, the Usos were trying to get a hold of Jacob and let him know that he's making the wrong decision, trying to avoid him going at Roman Reigns, just telling him just suck it up and acknowledge him. But Jacob Fatu arrives to the arena, and Jay's immediately there to meet him as he's getting out the car. He tells him, "Don't do this, Jacob, you're making a mistake." And eventually, Jacob Fatu snaps and takes out Jey Uso in a gorilla. And then as he's making his way to the ring down the ramp, Jimmy Uso tries to knock some sense into Jacob, and he says, nah, I ain't acknowledging shit. Takes out Jimmy Uso and immediately just goes to war with Roman Reigns. They start beating the crap out of each other. And Roman basically said he's going to beat the acknowledgement out of Jacob Fatu. They go back and forth. Obviously, Jacob Fatu trying to use his Tongan death grip on Roman Reigns, and then Roman Reigns gets the upper hand, gets a hold of a chair, and beats the ever living shit out of Jacob with the chair. Hits him probably like 12 times, and Jacob just no-sells it. Sells it for half a second, and then gets up and beats the hell out of Roman. Again, he ends up powerbombing Roman through the table, gets more Tongan death grips, and again, he's just looking like a unhinged psychopath. He goes to the ring, grabs the title, and licks it, and just he looks. This is perfect. But then as he's making his way out the ramp, he comes back and hits one of those hip attacks through all three, the Usos and Roman, through the barricade, in a vicious assault on all three of them. I mean, this is great. The way that this made Jacob look, I usually don't like stuff like this, but at this point, they've said all they needed to say up to this point, and they just continue to make Jacob look like the bigger guy, make him look like the scarier of Roman and him. And I think this is just a good play, a very simple, very easy play, and it's all due because of the acting and the expressions that Roman and Jacob are doing here. We had Jacob just with just drool and spit, and his face is red and sweat, just all down his mouth, not giving a rip, not caring. And then obviously Roman's selling, like I've said before a million times, is top tier, and it really that both of them just really make Jacob look like super overpowered. That he's just unstoppable and unhinged, and no one has control of him. So great little segment here in Attack by Jacob to end the show. So like I said, overall, I mean, the only thing I didn't really like about this show was the Oba Open Challenge, and then we got a random dream match between EO and Sol Rico. So I mean, I'd probably give this show about a B right in the middle. I mean, like I said, it was just a continuation of what we kind of expected coming off the back of Backlash. So, yep. Thank you for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Have a good one.